Well, good morning. I'm standing outside Cross Street Baptist Church, which is just around the way from where I live, actually. And I think that it's just 5 minutes walk away. I like their banner, their rainbow banner. There's some good banners outside, some good posters. And it's just 5 minutes away from where I live. Maybe when I retire, I might come here. You never know. Be an old man in the church. It is a good outreach. They gave away free hamburgers one year. Loads of people. Of course, it's free hamburgers. Of course they will. Cross Street Baptist Church. Pastor's a friend of mine, Nestor, from Venezuela. So you have a good relationship. I just want to share with you a verse from Thessalonians again. And 1 Thessalonians 2 verse 6, Paul says, "We were not looking for praise from people, not from you or anyone else." And that's good. He was just doing the ministry of God. A lot of times we say we're not looking for praise, but actually we are. We want people to praise us. We want people to like us. We want people to be approving of us. We want to be popular. And so that's part of our motivation, isn't it? To be liked. We want to be liked, and we do lots of things for that reason. Some people need to be needed, and they're always giving themselves out to other people, serving other people, and then maybe getting resentful, maybe getting burned out because they're being taken for granted. So that's the kind of thing that we often fall into, needing the approval of other people. Maybe if we haven't had it when we're young, maybe our parents didn't approve of us, maybe we didn't get much positive feedback from school, maybe we felt a bit of a failure, then maybe we try and compensate for that later in adult life. A lot of people are very driven to be successful. It seems to me are motivated by that lack of self-acceptance, self-approval, self-soothing. I was talking to somebody yesterday who's trying to deal with addictions and talking about the need for ways to self-soothe, and that they hadn't learned it when they were a kid. And they're having to learn it now as an adult, what will soothe them. And if we haven't had acceptance from other people, then maybe we don't accept ourselves either. And if we don't accept ourselves, then it's hard to accept other people. So that's what we're doing. Many of our activities, which seem selfless, which seem generous, are actually selfish and actually looking for approval for ourselves and what we can get out of it. Perhaps not on a conscious level, but an unconscious level. But here it says, Paul says, we're not looking for praise from people, not from you or anyone else. He was motivated by his love of God and his desire to share the good news of Christ with people. That was his motivation, not what other people would think of him. And he was prepared to go and undergo great suffering, hardship, trial, persecution, imprisonment, and final death as well, because of his desire to serve Christ. And he went through a lot of opposition as well. So we do not want praise from people, not from you or anyone else. Of course, it's nice when people like what we're doing and they give us positive feedback. Of course it is. It is important to get that, and we need to give it more than we get it. In fact, I would encourage you to find somebody today to give some praise to give some approval to give some positive feedback to, even today. But let's beware that our motivation is just for what we get out of it, the approval that we might get from people, because that will not sustain us in the long run. Sometimes we get approval, sometimes we don't. Sometimes people are not grateful, and yet God calls us to love people, to love them as we love ourselves. And so this is just a share.